Today on the Mr. Sink Show, Dave takes over. He goes all out to locate what you need to know about finding a tradie, hot water services, legal advice and more. Mr. Sink learns all about the importance of water filters, and Dave and Glenn get scooping with shovels.
Hi, today on the show we're going to have Mark from 1300 team, and we're going to discuss the things like when you have those times when you can't find a tradie or find someone that's just, you have those tough times when you just can't get everything all together. Like it could be a burst main or a problem with electrical or something like that. These are the guys that can help out and put it all together for you. Mark, pleasure to meet you, mate.
G'day. Thanks for having us on today. We're basically out there trying to help tradies nationally to see where we can help them improve on their skill set in the better way that they actually work with the customers. A lot of them over their time have forgotten about the old-fashioned customer service skills, letting a customer know when they're going to run late, they should just be ringing them. So that's pretty much what our group does. We're trying to instill those old-fashioned service model back again into the industry.
At the same time, encourage the actual homeowner that, tradies are reliable.
Correct.
Yeah.
Look, and that's one key point. A lot of trades, there's some fantastic tradies out there, and basically getting the right person is where we try to help, and also making sure that you get safety certificates for any job that's done within the house.
That's good to know, especially please, homeowners, try not to do things yourself. This is what tradies are for, and these guys can organise the right people. I believe you've got proper checks and that sort of stuff that you do.
Correct. We make sure that we police check, licence check, and make sure that the tradies who attend any job have got that skill set for that actual work.
And for that situation.
Correct,
so, yeah.
exactly.
So an idea would be, let's say if it's a burst water main or something, or burst something, you'll get the right trade to attend that particular situation.
Exactly.
We want to focus, especially it's a big focus on our show, is safety.
Correct.
So if you're not sure, please just get on the phone and say, look, this is what I'm after, or what do you think that I'm after? And these guys are the ones that sort of guide you along. Is that correct?
Exactly right, yeah. Because you don't want to find that you've got a problem later down the track where the house burns down and you're not covered by your insurance because you haven't utilised a licensed tradesperson.
Thanks, Mark. Appreciate your time.
Thank you for your time.
Okay, well, we're here at Water Filter Services, and John is here from Water Filter Services. He's the owner, and he's going to explain to us what we're going to look for when we're buying a water filter. So I got a little bit confused because I've just seen so many different water filters, John. So can you put it through, or let us know what's involved with water filters?
Yes, okay, good question. Look, first thing we do when someone wants to decide on what sort of water filter, the very first question we ask them is, where do you want the water filter to go? Is it going to be outside the house, or is it going to be underneath the sink? So that's important in choosing a water filter. Secondly, we need to know what sort of contaminants they want to take out of the water. So most people are wanting to take out taste, odour, chlorine, chemicals, that sort of thing. And so all of these filters here that we see here are for under sink use, and then we need to decide what sort of faucet we'd like to use, whether we'd like it to have its own separate faucet like this product has here, or whether we want it connected to its current flick mixer that they might have on top of the sink. And so that's important. So once we know those parameters, then we can go about deciding which sort of water filter will suit them best. This is what they call a twin filter system. And so this has your sediment filter in the first cartridge here, and your carbon filter in the second cartridge here.
So one of each of these?
That's correct, one like that there. The great thing about this sort of system compared to the system we have down here, which is a twin system, is that this one here is what they call sanitary quick change. And these cartridges twist out. You don't need to turn any of the water supply off. It turns itself off. So when you change the cartridge, it turns off and you screw another cartridge in. Look, I thought it would be a good idea to show you what's actually inside these filters. So as I said to you before, this is what we call sanitary quick change. So this filter here goes into the housing like this, and as soon as they take this out, this cartridge, the system shuts off. So very easy to change. One of the nice things is that they throw this whole thing away so you don't touch it with your hands. So inside this filter here, this is the pre-filter of the system. So this is the sediment filter.
So that's inside there?
That's inside here. Okay, and as before, they start out white like this, and then after maybe 6 months, the filter will end up looking like this.
The idea to touch it, Mr. Sink.
You mean to tell me we actually consume that?
Exactly.
I just can't believe that we're actually drinking that crap.
Well, people are surprised when they see the inside of these filters. I mean, it really changes their opinion on the water supply. You know, it's all very well to see them new like that, but once you see it like that and realise what it actually is trapping.
And mind
shocked.
you, Melbourne has one of the best water supplies in the world.
Absolutely.
And if we got that in our water, I hate to imagine what other places have.
Well,
What a tool!
Hi everyone. Again with
G'day.
Glenn Tullerman, are we, mate?
Dave, how are you, mate? Good to see you, mate.
What have we got today?
Just different types of shovels, and
Okay.
spades, digging devices,
Okay.
scoops. Yeah.
So where do we start?
Well, got just a clean up type shovel.
Clean up our shovel, which we're
Yep.
going to do in a second.
Yep. Cleaning
So-
up, picking up, moving. Yeah, product. Yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
And what about these other ones?
Digging. That's for digging.
So dig into, okay.
Yep.
So
That's
so
called a plumber's shovel, actually.
a plumber shovel. So if I've got a
Yeah.
bit of dirt
Yep.
like that, is that right?
Yeah, we just dig a hole.
Yeah.
And it's got a bit of a taper to
Okay,
pull
I'm
it.
going to dig a hole. You're going to go in it.
Yep.
So just basically like that,
Yep.
and just lift it out.
Dig it
Okay.
out, yep. And that's the same sort of thing, but this one with the point does tend to go into the dirt easier because it's got a point.
Okay.
A lot easier to get into the dirt, whereas this is a bit harder.
I get the point.
You get the point?
Whereas that one's a little bit different if you wanted to, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Just a bit harder to dig.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's got a bit of a,
That's
I
a cleaning out post holes.
put your hand there. So
Looks a bit like a duck.
a duck, yeah, or a platypus actually. So
Yeah.
you go down like that,
Yep. Spread it.
spread them.
Yep. Spread
Yep,
them.
yep.
Pull it out,
Yep.
and then open it when
Oh,
you pull it out of the hole.
Oh, okay, you pull the dirt as you go.
Out- yeah,
Okay,
so-
so it just makes the hole go down further.
Cleans the hole out.
Ah, okay.
Cleans all the dirt out of the hole. Lifts it out.
Okay. So and then arguably you can always dig a little bit more with these other things if you have
That's
to.
if you have to. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And what about this? This
That's just a mulch scoop. Spreading mulch, garden mulch, yeah, anything around the garden.
so it works on the
yeah.
same process, but it does feel lighter too.
It is very light.
So,
yeah,
mulch, because mulch
it's
is
easy to
not
move.
Just go
fill
and
it up with
scoop
mulch.
Yeah, no, it makes
Yep.
sense.
Ideal.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
so to clean up this mess behind us here,
You'd want to use that one, Dave.
this one here.
Yep, that'll
Well-
be easier. That'll pick up a lot more stuff.
All right. So I'm going to
Yep.
give it a go.
Give it a go, Dave.
Now, I don't know how to pick up properly, so
Oh, yeah, just slide it along the ground into the into. Yeah,
that right?
that's it. That's it.
jeez.
That's it.
Just straight
You got
in bed,
some
yeah?
of it.
All right. So am I
Yeah.
doing all right? Or
That's right. Yeah, it looks pretty
so
good, mate.
Bend those legs, yeah.
Bend the legs.
All right.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. In there. Beautiful.
All right. So come on,
Good job.
you got to give us a
Ah, all right, mate.
because I don't like doing all the work. So
That's right. Yeah, I can go either hand, see? Being a left-hander.
here we go. Now he's talking up his ambidextrous now. So
Yeah, that's it.
well, well, look, Glenn,
Yep.
it's great again. I love
Yep.
this sort of stuff.
Yep.
So shovels, what a tool.
That's a tool.
What a tool!
Well, hello everyone out there. Have I got a tip for you today? Now, have you ever been working on timber, really delicate timber, and have damaged it? Something like this, like you're nailing away and you go bang, or you're sort of hammering away and you've gone a bit crooked on there. Okay, so as you can see, they're nasty dents in timber. So what most people will do is they'll either fill it up with a bit of bog and sand it, or throw it away and start with a new piece of timber. Now, when you're making like delicate things like furniture and things like that, that starts to become a little bit expensive and a bit of a time delay. But John from Italia Kitchens is going to show us a little trick how to get rid of these quick and easy. So, welcome, John.
Hello.
Show us, or tell us first of all, what do we need to do this?
Oh, that's the secret.
Is it?
That's a secret. I'll show you if you want to know how it's done.
Okay, cool. Well, show us. What do we need to do this?
What we need to take out this dent is a cup of water.
Oh, I'm thirsty. Yeah.
All right. An old rag
Yep.
and an iron.
I'm a little bit confused here, right? But
Do you want to show you?
show me how.
So what you do is you dip the rag in a bit of water.
Yep.
Okay. You place it on the dent. You spread the rag out. And you put your iron on top. And just hold it
Wow.
there for a little while.
And like, how long does this take?
Oh, a few minutes. Couple
Really?
of seconds or
Now, will any iron work?
any iron. That's why I've shown this tip, because everyone's got an iron at home.
Yeah, but my wife won't let me use the iron for this, I don't think. But
Now that dent, that actual raised the timber back up again. So now all we have to do is grab a bit of sandpaper and just sand it off, sand it flat.
wow, that's actually completely disappeared. Now, on what timbers will this work on?
It'll work on all timbers as long as it's solid.
Yep.
You can do it on veneer board, but only very small dents,
Okay.
because it's only the timber on it. The veneer is really thin on it, so
Okay.
smaller dents on veneer.
And what about if it's painted? Will it still work?
Once it's painted, and if you dent it, it's more difficult to take it off, because the paint might peel off and you might have to
Okay.
repaint it.
But it still work on painted timber as well?
Yeah, it will. It will. You just need to sand it down and just repaint over it.
Well, there you go, guys. Quick and easy way to fix a dented piece of timber, whether it be furniture or anything. I'm actually blown away by this, how easy this is to do.
Hi everyone, here with Pete, Red Star Plumbing again.
Hi Dave, good morning. How are you again?
Yeah, good,
Nice
good,
to see you again.
Now we're talking what, hot water services?
Yeah, we can talk a bit of hot water service today, which every house in Australia has got a hot water service. We can't live without them.
Well, that's true.
So-
I mean, we all need hot water, especially.
We all need hot water.
I need one
Yeah,
right now. That's all right. So, what are the things to look out for?
There's
when
a couple of different types of hot water services. We got the storage units here, which are external units.
Now, when you say storage, you mean like it's got like,
It's got the storage hot water unit. It's got 130 litres of hot water in there.
and
at
inside
all
is
times.
like what, a big
It's a
tank or something?
big
isn't it?
tank inside there. Yep,
Yeah.
all ready to go for your hot shower tonight.
All right. Well, I need a quicker, I
Well,
think.
that's the external units. Then we've got the internal units.
So I'm
that's
meaning
the-
inside.
Inside the house. This is inside the house, that's outside the house.
But what I noticed, why has it got a different shape up
When
there?
it's inside the house, you need to fluid.
Oh, so like a big pipe is
Yeah,
there?
all big pipe. It goes right through, out to the, it's got to be exposed, right out through the roof, out to the air.
into the atmosphere,
completely
okay.
out. Yeah, no good to smell that stuff. That's very poisonous.
Fair enough. But and this one, that's made
That
for
one there,
outside.
that's
is that
made
right?
for outside. This has got its own flume on the top of it.
Okay. But
So
why
you
is it
don't
different
need that.
sizes?
Well, different families, eh? There's people of family of 4, 5,
So-
10, 20. So
And
yeah.
Mr. Sink, so being so big, does he need a
Mr.
bigger one?
Sink will
or-
probably need a big one. Yeah.
That's what I thought.
That's
so.
it, yeah.
But now, why is that a little bit different?
That's the little one there. That's an electric one. We call that a 50-litre electric.
Oh, so it's electric as well.
That's
So you got-
electric.
So you got
Gas and electric.
and external and inside and
Inside,
outside.
yeah, yep.
And what about electric? Can that go outside as well?
That can be directly wired outside as it is. Yeah.
And both ways.
And both, internal and external.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, there's another one that I get confused with. What's the one that's in the roof?
That's the old gravity fed. Not many of those are around anymore.
Ah.
So yeah, they basically get replaced with either
But-
an external unit or the instantaneous ones that go outside. on the
Which
wall.
is like this one,
Which
is
is
it?
something like that. Yeah.
Now, why is it smaller than? Well, it's much smaller than everything else. So why is it? It hasn't got like a tank inside.
No. These have got actually made with a pipes running through them.
It's a bit like
They're all instantaneous ones.
so it's a bit like
So-
in like the car when you see like the radiator.
Radio, yeah. So as soon as you turn your hot water on,
It just goes bang.
goes through it, and you can stay in there as long as you like.
Is that true?
That's true.
Yeah.
You'll never run out of hot water with these.
But does it use more power? and that
No,
sort of
they're
stuff?
pretty very economical. They are
Okay.
4 or 5 star efficient, so they're pretty good with that.
Okay. Well,
Um,
when you say
and
stars,
gas. That's with
what-
the gas.
So the higher
The higher the star is, the better the unit is.
it's more efficient.
So
in other
more
words.
efficient. Yeah.
Okay, so just to recap this again, inside here there are tanks inside those.
Yeah.
So they fill up, they heat up, and then once they run out, that's it. No
Within 5-10 minutes you'll have hot water again. So
Okay.
you'll be ready to go.
Whereas
again.
those are a little bit
With
different.
those
They just bang straight away, turn the water on.
Yep.
Okay, beautiful. Now, what about if there's a problem? So how do you know if you've got to replace it?
Well, that's the one thing. You've always got to keep an eye on the hot water service. It's very important you keep an eye on it. If it's once a month or once every 6 months, it's a good. You've got to keep an eye on your hot water services. Two things to look for in hot water services.
Yep.
Water leaking down the bottom. We could have water puddles.
Okay, so if we open this up.
For an external unit, if you ever see water in here, it means it's burst, you need to replace it.
I'll see
The
that
only
at my
bloke can
place.
replace it is a licensed plumber.
Very, very good, very good. So, yeah, because there was a little while ago we had to change ours and it was just full of water everywhere.
That's it. That's the tank's burst in there. It'll keep dripping. You can't light it. You can't do nothing to it.
So you might as well just got to. It's basically a new one you got to get. Fair
That's
enough.
a new one. Get a new one. Change it. The other thing you got to keep an eye on is the pressure relief valve,
Which is what?
is this valve over here.
That there.
Yep. This has got to attach the copper pipe through it. These are actually made for the hot water unit, hot water services. When they pressure builds up, it releases the pressure from the hot water unit.
Okay, so if you don't have that, that could basically be a time bomb.
That is a time bomb.
Makes sense. So,
So you got to keep an eye on the water leakage from here.
Yep.
If you get a normal average drip here and there, 4 litres to whatever a week, that's normal.
I've noticed
But if
sometimes there's a little bit of water on the ground. Does that mean it's not working, or
If there's a little bit of water, it's doing its job.
so
But if it's running,
relief, obviously
yeah,
relief.
if it's running water,
Yep.
that's when you need to change your valve.
So like it's constant.
It's constant running.
And then plumber again.
Licensed plumber, get him on the job, and
That's it.
he'll fix your problem up.
That's it.
Come on, show us your tips.
Okay, I've got a handy hint. This is for you, Noel. Your wife sent this in. Apparently this is the way that you clean your mirror every day after you shave. So according to your wife, shaving foam. Let's see if I can do it as well as Noel. Apparently he uses his hand to rub it in. Oh, shit, there's a lot. So I'll just make sure that I get into the corners as well. And apparently this is supposed to defog your mirror and clean it and keep it for, I think it's 3 months, I think she said. So I'll just wash my hands. So with a bit of some paper towels, you clean it off. This is not working too well. I think I've put too much on there. This is not working at all. It's not working. Can we have a handy here? It's gone wrong. Okay, it hasn't worked. It's got streak marks everywhere. Normally if it defogs, it wouldn't leave finger marks like that. But I'm going to give Noel the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to use a microfiber cloth, like one of these ones here. This should get rid of it. I hope anyway. Now for the big test. It has got rid of most of the streaks. Well, it doesn't fog up. So maybe he is right. It's just that it's a bastard to clean. I'm done.
Hi everyone. Today we're going to talk about some tips or legal tips with John from Malia Lawyers, and he's going to give us a bit more of a point of view of how we can cover ourselves around the home. John, pleasure to meet you.
Hi, Dave, nice to see you.
Thank you. So could you guide the homeowners out there about how they can keep their job site or home or renovation, etc., more safe?
Yeah, I think, look, to begin with, they should clearly have a good look at the building contract,
Okay.
or they should have a look at the agreement they have in place with their tradesman or professional, to make sure that things in their cover situations, for example, that the tradesperson or the builder's got their own coverage for workers' compensation, they've got their own professional indemnity insurance, and to also make sure that they've got their own insurance coverage for public liability in the event that if they're on site on your property, something goes wrong, there's coverage. Because ultimately, as the homeowner or the prospective homeowner, you don't want to be having a situation where you have to go and make a claim on your house insurance and your house insurer or your home insurer says, no, we're not going to cover you. Tradesmen should be covered, so it's a risk.
In light of that, is there a way they can go about it? Like, I mean, I know you've explained what they should be doing, but how do they go about it?
Well, how they go about it is they make sure they discuss it with their tradesman or their builder or their professional. They make sure there's something in writing in their contract or agreement. If they're really not sure, that they think like the tradesman hasn't got scaffolding or they're up on the roof doing the roof work without a harness that's required these days, or proper scaffolding, and they're really worried, they can always give WorkSafe a call.
Okay.
And the WorkSafe inspectors are always happy to come out and have a look, especially on job sites if there's a real risk or problem. Or they could try the local council as well.
Not just new building, also renovations?
Renovations, existing structures. It'll cover, for example, if they've got their scaffolding and they're up outside the front of the premises and someone walks past and they get injured, they drop something and injure someone, there's coverage there.
Okay, that makes sense. So it covers pretty much anything.
That's right. That's why they need public liability and professional indemnity insurance.
Oh, it's good to know. Okay, well, John, it's been a pleasure. Hopefully we'll speak to you next time. And thanks for the tip again.
Not a problem.
Thank you.
For more information about anything you've seen in this episode, or to contact us with your tips and ideas, visit mrsinktv.com.au or follow us on Facebook at The Mr. Sink Show.
Well, we really hope you enjoyed today's show. And we'll see you next time.
So back to Guess a Tool. Were you able to guess it? Now Glenn is going to reveal what these tools are. Now enlighten me, Glenn.
All right. These are all castrating devices.
Ooh. It's already making me quick.
Yes. Bulls,
Okay.
sheep, different types. I'm not sure exactly which type of animal they're for, but
So let me get it right.
Yeah.
Bull, a bull, a sheep. Am I
yes,
right?
that's right.
Sheep
Yeah.
and whatever
Well,
other animal as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah. Yeah,
Can we
it's
possibly
not
use
good.
this for something else?
Well, they're very good to have on the kitchen table when your daughter's boyfriend comes over.
Ah,
Yeah, so you
sounds
can say,
good, Glenn.
What are these? Yeah, you won't want to find out. buddy.
Read between the lines.
That's it.
Sounds good, Glenn.
Yeah.
Well, we hope you guessed right.
Yep.